Kia ora. My name is Nathan Pihana. It is 26th of August. It's a Tuesday. Is it Tuesday? Yeah, it's a Tuesday in Auckland, New Zealand. Well, I'm in Hamilton, sorry. Uh, so today I am meant to be doing a video about my coaching business. So just a quick update. A few days ago, I released a video that I was seeking 1 to 3 clients. I've since had two connection calls, two amazing connection calls, I must say. One over the weekend with a brother over in America, and earlier today I had a connection call with a lady in Sydney, but she's actually from Hamilton. So, yeah, amazing calls. Really keen to do some more connection calls with anybody who's watching, anybody who's interested. Uh, I set the intention that for the next 7 days, I would do a video each day covering a specific topic. Yesterday, I forgot to do a video, so I'm going to do that now. The topic of that video was meant to be about making money through this business, through this coaching business. And I guess my reluctance around the topic of money, because I haven't come into this business wanting to make money. My focus is around having an impact, creating an impact, changing the world, impacting people's lives in a positive way, providing value, being of service. None of that's about making money. The unfortunate reality is I don't have a job. So I need to pay the bills. Without going too much into my life story, if you've been watching my channel, you might know a little bit, but basically last year I was made redundant from a 14-year career in technology, and I was looking for a job. Things were going pretty well. I had interviews with different companies, including Microsoft in New Zealand, and went to the interview. This was like on the 2nd of August. It was a Friday. Had an interview, went really well. And then after that, I went to a F45 class and went really hard. I think I burned like 700 to 800 calories, which is excessive in a 45-minute session. My heart rate, like the Lion heart rate monitor that you wear, I think it was 98%, which was pretty extreme. I was dehydrated. I didn't eat dinner that night, so went home, had a shower, had something to eat, and then the room started spinning, and I went to hospital. Spent a month there, recovered, got sent home, have been in recovery for the past 12 plus months. Recently got cleared to get back into work and study, so doing a master's next month. Why am I telling you all of this? I'm telling you all of this because I've been living off a emergency fund plus health insurance payout, and that money is dwindling. Let's just say that. So as much as I do genuinely want to make an impact, and I don't want to lead with money, the reality of the situation is the world is run on money, and that's the reason why I want to become a multi-billionaire, because I want to give it all away to my people, and I want to build a circular economy. I have a vision of creating, I've registered 10 different companies. The coaching business is one of them. So it's called Multi Superhero Coaching, and it's deeply rooted in Indigenous values. Being a Māori person myself, we have a lot of Indigenous wisdom, cultural knowledge, and my coaching business is going to be anchored in that. So there's a phrase called tuakana tēnā, which is like older brother, younger brother. It's the idea that as the older brother in the scenario, being the coach, I might be like a step ahead of where you might want to be, or I might just have the clarity to put my head up and to look around for opportunities. Because if you're the younger person, the younger sibling in this relationship between coach and coachee, I guide you along a path. I help you stay accountable to your goals. I provide you with support and encouragement. And the idea is that we grow together, because if you've ever been in a coaching call, you can understand that both people derive value. So the person being coached obviously gets the immediate value, but the person doing the coaching as well gets value out of the interaction. And it's like this general model of reciprocity, which is also a deep belief in our culture. So anyway, talking about money, like one of the things that I've often been asked is like, how much are you going to charge for these calls? So the first connection call is meant to be 30 minutes. The first two have not been 30 minutes. The first one was 2 hours. The one that I just had today was like an hour 10. So yeah, I'm already giving away more value than a traditional coach might. And when I've compared it to other coaches who charge a certain amount, for example, I have 5 data points from 5 different coaches. One is 285 per call for the first call, and then 200 for each call after. Another coach works in like months, so she has a 3-month. Sorry, it's 300 US for, what was it, a month, and that consisted of 2 hours a week or 8 sessions. So do the math. There's another coach who has a 6-month program, and hers was 12,000 US. And I think that was just a call a week. So 6 months times 4, 24 calls, 12,000 divided by 24, whatever that is. It's probably like 600. Yeah, I can't remember. I think I did the math. It was like 525. Anyway, there's another coach who was charging, I think it was a few hundred. The point is, coaching costs, prices varies dramatically. And it would be very hard for me to find a number that I would be comfortable with starting out. So the general philosophy that I understood from Alex Hormozi's first book, $100 Million Offers, I'm pretty sure he says to start with 5 or 10 people, provide the service for free, ask for referrals, ask for testimonials, and then when you've got like a proven solution, then you can start charging whatever you want to charge. But yeah, I'm just not good with money, man. Like mentally, with the concept of charging for money, because this particular skill set of coaching, communication, empathy, listening, building rapport, like that just comes so intuitively to me. It's just a natural thing that I do. One of the coaches that I spoke with, she said that when you're in your zone of genius, it's just like breathing for you. So she said, I completely understand why you have a difficulty charging or thinking of charging, because you just do this naturally, and it feels wrong to kind of put the expectation of, I have to charge for this like thing that I just do without even really thinking about it. So yeah, I didn't intend it to be this long. I probably went all over the place, but if you're watching this, if any of this resonated with you, yeah, I encourage you to book a call with me. Be happy to have a chat and see if I'm a good fit for you, and see if we can work together. I'm also, actually, before I finish this, I want to try something called a tiny challenge. So basically, the way it works, you're welcome to do your research. But there's a guy, Richmond Din, who introduced this concept. I think he wrote a book about it too. He's been on a couple of podcasts talking about it with like Russell Bronson, Omar, and Myron Golden. Those are like the three that I've watched. And it's a 5-day challenge where a new coach like me would work with a person, commit to doing a 5-day challenge, and every day for 5 days straight, ideally, you do like a 45-minute call together. And I haven't like looked into it fully, but my understanding is that you kind of work together throughout the 5 days, and you create like obviously you establish goals and you create like a solution, and then towards the end of it, you have all this data. You ask the person, if I would create a $3,000 offer, let's say, what would need to be in this program for you to want to buy it, for you to think that it was worthwhile? So it's like a real low risk, low entry, low barrier way for a new coach to get started. You build like a rapport because it's built on providing value up front for free. So you do 5 calls for free, 45 minutes each. You spending hours together. You're building rapport. You're understanding the client's pain points. You're coming up with solutions, and then when you get to the end of the challenge, you kind of have like this dream package of everything that they want, and you go, if I gave this to you, if I gave the service to you, what would that look like? How much would you pay for it? And you basically get them in their own language, in their own words, tell you how much it's worth, and then you charge it. It's that simple. So that's what I want to try. I've offered it to a lady that I spoke with today. She said that she's interested. I've offered it to the first guy that I spoke with. He hasn't come back to me yet. So yeah, if any of that interests you, there'll be a link in the description, wherever it is, and I look forward to talking to you. Cheers.